What if the moment most people panic in the market is actually the moment wealth quietly begins to transfer? Because most people believe bear markets destroy wealth. But history shows something very different. Bear markets don't destroy wealth, they redistribute it. Every bear market feels the same while you're living through it. Headlines suddenly turn negative.
Investors in Bitcoin are reeling as the cryptocurrency's value dropped by hundreds of billions of dollars.
The value of Bitcoin has fallen below $5,000 for the first time.
Bitcoin right now lower by almost 2% at $103,000.
Bitcoin fell around 2.9%.
Bitcoin quoted this morning around $85,000 a coin, way down from its high.
$64,000. Remember, the Bitcoin price has peaked at $126,000.
Markets fall faster than expected. People start saying things like, this time it's different. Even smart investors start looking nervous. And this is the part most people don't realize until it's too late. The biggest wealth opportunities in history usually appear when fear is highest. While most people are trying to survive, a smaller group is quietly preparing for the next expansion because they understand something the crowd doesn't. Bear markets don't remove opportunity, they hide it. I've traded throughout 7 corrections and 2 full bear markets, and every time the pattern is the same. Panic rises right when opportunity quietly increases. The cycle most people ignore. So markets don't move in straight lines, but most people behave like they should. Every cycle feels unique while you're living through it. That's the trap, because while the headlines change, the pattern rarely does. So historically, 10 to 20% corrections happen every 1 to 2 years. 20% plus bear markets appear every 4 to 5 years. 30% plus declines happen roughly once a decade, and 50% plus crashes appear once a generation. This isn't chaos, it's rhythm. Corrections aren't the failure of the system. They are the reset that makes long-term expansion possible. The last generational crash happened in 2008. The last bear market happened in 2022. What feels abnormal in the moment, it's often completely normal in history. Most traders make money when markets are easy. Then they give it back. Not because they're bad traders, but because they refuse to accept that the environment has changed. The market doesn't reward people who stay permanently bullish. It rewards people who understand where they are in the cycle. Once you understand that, bear markets stop looking like disasters and start looking like setup phases. Now, why bear markets actually create wealth? Bull markets feel comfortable. That's exactly the problem. When everything goes up, people stop thinking about risk. Expectations rise, and discipline slowly disappears. But history shows something interesting. Bear markets average about negative 30% over roughly 1 year. Bull markets average about 184% over 5 years. Bear markets are sharp and emotional. Bull markets are slow and powerful. And they usually last 4 to 5 times longer. Even inside good years, markets still fall. On average, markets drop around 14% inside a normal year, yet they still finish positive around plus 13%. That's why panic feels convincing in the moment. But corrections are not the destruction of opportunity, they are the reset that clears the board. Hype disappears. Weak conviction exits. Strong businesses get sold alongside weak ones. And that's where the next leaders quietly begin forming. Most people believe money is made in bull markets, but that's not entirely true. Bull markets usually reveal the positions that were built during bear markets. Now let's talk about the signal most people miss. Most people wait for headlines to explain what's happening, but by the time headlines agree, the move is usually already done. The market changes quietly first, then people notice. One signal I've watched repeatedly across corrections and bear markets is the weekly 8 and 21 moving average cross. Not because it predicts the future, but because it shows when momentum begins to shift. The faster trend loses, rallies become weaker, breakouts begin to fail, risk slowly builds under the surface. Nothing dramatic at first. That's why most people ignore it. This isn't a prediction tool, it's a context tool. The chart doesn't tell you what will happen next. It tells you the environment is changing, and that matters far more than trying to predict exact outcomes. Most traders use indicators to find entries. Experienced traders use them to decide how aggressive they should be. Because the biggest losses don't come from bad stock picks, they come from trading aggressively after the cycle has already shifted. By the time fear appears in headlines, markets are often already down 10 to 15%. That's why the people who adjust early look lucky later. Now, what smart money does during corrections? Most people treat corrections like emergencies, but experienced investors see something different. They see an environment change, and when the environment changes, behavior has to change too. The first shift is simple. They stop forcing action. When momentum weakens, they reduce aggression. Sometimes they hold more cash. Most people interpret that as fear. It isn't. Cash is future opportunity. The second shift happens quietly. While everyone else focuses on losses, they start building watch lists. That's exactly what I'm doing. Not because they are buying aggressively, but because they are paying attention. Strong businesses often get sold alongside weak ones during corrections. That's where the next market leaders begin to appear. The third shift is the hardest one. They stop confusing activity with progress. Most traders overtrade during choppy markets because doing nothing feels uncomfortable. But sometimes the highest return decision is patience. Waiting isn't passive, it's preparation. Eventually, something interesting happens. Momentum begins returning before confidence does. Headlines are still negative and investors are still cautious, but market structure quietly improves. That's when experienced traders begin slowly leaning back in, not aggressively, just enough to participate as the cycle turns. Because bear markets don't reward bravery, they reward preparation. Now, let's talk about the most important thing, the mindset that changes everything. Most people experience bear markets as loss, but the traders who come out ahead see them differently. They see them as positioning phases. The crowd focuses on what they are losing right now, and the few who come out ahead focus on what the next expansion might look like, because every bull market begins the same way. Fear is high, confidence is low, and everyone believes it's different this time. But opportunity rarely feels obvious while it's happening. Only afterward. The goal isn't to predict every move. The goal is to survive the uncomfortable phase long enough to participate in what comes next. Bear markets don't destroy wealth. They transfer it from people who need certainty to people willing to prepare without it. If this helped you understand a bit more clearly, let me know. And if you want more breakdowns like this, make sure you subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one.